Hi, beautiful souls, and welcome to another episode of Healing Wednesdays, where I share with you some techniques that you can use to evoke a change in your health so that you can create the most optimum state of health that you truly want. In today's episode, I'm going to share 2 techniques with you that you can use to help you overcome your anxiety. And thank you to the beautiful souls who answered my question where I asked, what is the most important health problem that you would like solved? And at the top of the list was anxiety. So I created this video so that I could share these 2 techniques with you and that you can use straight away to help you overcome any anxiety issues that you encounter. First of all, I'm going to explain what anxiety is, and then I'll share the 2 techniques that can be used really quickly and that can help you overcome your anxiety within 17 seconds or less. Alright, so what is anxiety? Anxiety is when you are taking your physical mind and your physical body too far into the future for it to process and absorb the information that you are actually giving it. For an example, just imagine that you've been told that you have to move house within 60 days. Now, within that short space of time, most people would go into anxiety or panic mode and start thinking, oh my God, how are we going to move? What are we going to do? We've got no money to do that. We've just moved. What about my job? What about the location? I don't want to live there. I don't want to live over there. What about my kids? What about their schooling? What about my job? What about this and what about that? And so in a short span of time, most people will create all these negative emotions just about that one situation. Now, when you do that, it's just too much for the body, too much into the future for the body to process and understand and comprehend what you actually want it to do. Because all these thoughts are rambling around in your head. And when you think about anything, your body listens to you. Now, when you think negative thoughts, you create certain chemical reactions in your body that make your central nervous system shut down, and it goes into survival mode, or what's normally called as flight, fright, or fight mode. Now, if you are in anxiety mode over 17 seconds, then the universe is going to amplify that emotion, and you're going to stay in that emotion until you take command of it, until you start controlling how you're feeling and what you're thinking. So, how do you prevent yourself from having an anxiety experience or an anxiety attack? The first thing you can do is a preventative. Now, if you have been experiencing anxiety for a long period of time, you would know your triggers. Hopefully you do. And if you don't, then first of all, you need to identify what situations trigger you the most. What situations, or even people, what situations or people trigger your anxiety, and identify those situations or identify that people and write it down. Okay, so that's the first thing, identifying your triggers. And the second thing is, here's the preventative thing, is that as soon as those kind of situations come up, or that those people that trigger that anxiety come up and you start to feel it, you give that emotion a command. You can say stop, you can say cancel, you can say love, you can give it a word, that any kind of word that you like. That's a command. You are commanding it to respond differently. So if you give it a word, a phrase, you're attaching that word to that anxiety emotion. All right? And so you want to start commanding this emotion, and you can do that by just giving it a word, like cancel, stop, I got this, love. Any word that you want, give it a word, and then as soon as you feel that emotion, as soon as you feel your anxieties come up, say that word. Say it like a command. So when I feel a little bit anxious, I just say with love. Or I say yes. Yes, 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 yes. Because that emotion is just energy. That's all it is. It's just energy that's flowing through you. And all you've done is you've given that energy that's flowing through you, you've attached that energy, that feeling or that sensation that's coming through your body, you've attached the anxiety emotion to that energy. And you can change it. If you've created that emotion, you can give it something else. You can change it, and you can change it just by responding to it differently with love, or just by saying yes, just by saying cancel. Give it a word that you can use to command that emotion. So that's first technique. Give it a word, give it a command. And so when I feel anxious, I just go, yes, 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 because I know what it is. It's just energy. And so you're just saying yes to that energy. Welcome, I love you, everything's all good. So choose a word that you want to attach it to that emotion so you can learn to command it. And every time that emotion comes up, you keep using the same word until your brain and your mind, your brain, your physical mind and your body know that that's what it means. It means to stop right now. Ka pai? So that's the first technique. The second one is through breathing. So if you have an anxious moment, and like again, identify your triggers, what circumstances and what people cause your anxiety to be activated, then breathe through it. So even before it starts, and you can feel it because anxiety would have a specific feeling within your body. And as soon as you feel that emotion, that feeling that you've attached to that emotion, then breathe. Breathe in deeply through your nose. Hold it for 5 seconds. Make sure your belly is stuck out. Hold it for 5 seconds and breathe out through your mouth. Now what you're doing there is that you are reprogramming and rewiring your brain to respond differently to that emotion, to respond differently to your anxiety. And when you are using your breathing, you are telling your central nervous system that you are safe. You are telling your central nervous system that everything's okay, that you've got this, that there's nothing for them to worry about because you are in command. You are mastering, you are commanding that emotion now, not your body and not your physical mind. All right, so breathing. And if you are right in the middle of your anxiety attack, you have 17 seconds to bring it, to settle it. You have 17 seconds to take command of that emotion before the universe amplifies it. Because every time you feel an emotion and you give it negative thoughts, you transmit a frequency, a vibration that the universe will respond to no matter what. So if you are sending out vibrations and frequencies of anxiety, the universe will respond back to you tenfold, meaning it'll amplify your anxiety tenfold. And you have 17 seconds to prevent that from happening. So within the 17 seconds, I want you to breathe. So breathe in deeply again through your nose. Make sure your belly is sticking out because you're breathing from your belly, which is where all your feelings and emotions sit. So breathe in through your belly and then hold for 5 seconds and then exhale through your mouth because you're detoxing. And do that 3 or 5 times. And if you still feel that you're in anxiety mode, keep breathing because that will slow your body down and it'll tell your body that you've got this, that everything's safe, that everything's okay, and they don't need to worry about it. Okay, so those are your 2 techniques. Give it a command, find a word that you want to give that emotion, that you want to give your anxiety. It could be yes, it could be love, it could be stop, it could be cancel. Anywhere that you want to choose, you can give it to it. And then you can start commanding that emotion, which is again energy. You are learning to command your energy to do something completely different than what you normally would. And in that way, you're rewiring your brain, and you are reprogramming your body to react and respond differently to an anxiety situation that you encounter. And same for the breathing. When you're using your breathing technique, where you're breathing through your nose from your belly, make sure your belly is sticking out like a big Buddha belly. Hold your breath for 5 seconds and breathe out through your mouth so you can detox your body and tell your body, your central nervous system, to calm down, that everything's okay and that you got that. So those are the 2 techniques, a command and your breathing technique. All right, beautiful beautiful souls. I hope that has been of value for you. Try those 2 techniques because they really do work, and they work quickly. In less than 17 seconds, they usually work immediately. Once you get used to using them, as soon as your anxiety comes up and you will feel it, then activate. Use one or both of those techniques. It doesn't matter. They will work. And remember, your body listens to everything that you tell it. And another thing is, circumstances don't matter. Your circumstances don't matter at all. It's just your state of being that matters. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in our next episode of Healing Wednesdays. Thank you. Bye.